Welcome, valuable viewers of a story channel. The Farmer and the Wise Old Owl. Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by green hills and vast fields, lived a humble farmer named Aman. Aman was known for his dedication to his work, but he was also known for being quite stubborn and set in his ways. He believed that the methods his forefathers had used for farming were the only way to cultivate the land successfully. His neighbors often admired his lush crops, but they also whispered about his refusal to adapt to modern techniques. One summer, the weather was unusually harsh. The sun beat down mercilessly, and the rain clouds seemed to have forgotten the way to Aman's village. The crops started to wilt under the unrelenting heat, and Aman found himself at a loss. No matter how hard he worked, the results were disheartening. In the heart of the village lived an old wise owl named Orin. Orin was known for his wisdom and often offered advice to those who sought it. Despite the villagers' respect for Orin, Aman had never felt the need to consult him. He believed that knowledge gained from books and experience could not match the practical knowledge he had, inherited from his family. One evening, as Aman sat on his porch, gazing forlornly at his withering crops, Orin fluttered down and perched on a nearby tree. "Good evening, Aman," Orin hooted gently. "I couldn't help but notice your predicament. Would you like to hear some advice?" Aman sighed, too tired to argue. "I suppose it couldn't hurt. Go ahead, Orin." Orin began to speak, his voice calm and soothing. "The world is constantly changing, and sometimes we need to adapt to these changes to thrive. Your ancestors' methods were effective in their time, but perhaps it's time to consider new techniques." Aman frowned, but listened intently as Orin continued. "There is a method called drip irrigation that can help save water and ensure that your crops receive a steady supply of moisture, even in harsh conditions. Additionally, mulching can help retain soil moisture and protect your plants from the scorching sun." Despite his reservations, a man decided to give Orin's advice a try. With some effort, he set up a simple drip irrigation system and covered his fields with mulch. The results were not immediate, but gradually he noticed a difference. His crops, once on the brink of disaster, began to recover. The leaves turned greener, and the plants stood taller. Word of Aman's success spread throughout the village, and soon other farmers were eager to learn from him. Aman realized that Orin's advice had not only saved his crops, but also brought the community together. They shared ideas, helped each other, and experimented with new farming techniques. The village prospered as a result, and Aman found himself feeling a sense of pride he had never experienced before. One evening, Aman sat on his porch once again, this time with a smile on his face. Orin flew down and perched on the same tree. "How are things, Aman?" the wise old owl asked. Aman looked at Orin with gratitude. "I owe you Your advice saved my crops and taught me the importance of adaptability. I realize now that clinging to old ways can hold us back. It's only by embracing change and learning from others that we can truly thrive," Orin hooted softly. "You've done well, Iman. Remember, wisdom comes from being open to new ideas and understanding that we can always learn and grow." From that day forward, Aman continued to seek Orin's counsel and remained open to new methods and ideas. His fields flourished, and the village thrived under the guidance of both the farmer and the wise old owl. The bond between Aman and Orin grew stronger, and their story became a cherished tale passed down through generations. Moral: the story teaches the importance of adaptability and being open to new ideas. Clinging to old ways can sometimes hinder progress, but embracing change and learning from others can lead to success and growth.